Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Mindshare podcast. This show is sponsored by Kits Keep in Touch Systems, a two-time international award-winning marketing suite for sales professionals, as well as REM Real Estate Magazine, Canada's premier monthly magazine for real estate professionals. Learn more about our sponsors by visiting my site, mindshare101.com. And while you're there, be sure to download your free copy of the Ultimate Marketing Bundle, as well as learn more about our one-to-one coaching and keynote speaking. Today's episode is number 235. He built Lightspeed VT into a multi-million-dollar global tech company from scratch. As its founder and CEO, his vision led the company to becoming the world's leading interactive training system. In addition to being a CEO, he also hosts the top-rated podcast called Dropping Bombs and is the author of the best-selling book, The Hard Way. He's helped numerous companies and individuals generate millions, including such heavy hitters as Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Grant Cardone, Tom Hopkins, the World Series of Poker, Top Chef, Chase Bank, and many more. He's also been featured in Forbes, the Huffington Post Inc. magazine, GCTV, and is a regular guest on several top-rated podcasts, including yours truly. Joining me on this episode of the Mindshare podcast is entrepreneur, CEO, businessman, podcast host, author, and downright straight-up dude, Mr. Brad Lee.
How you
Brad,
doing?
welcome to the Mindshare podcast, brother.
What an introduction, my friend. Appreciate that.
Dude, it's an honor to have you here. It really is, and I've been following you for a while now, as I mentioned to you. I don't know, man. They say the universe figured out its way to serve us up to each other, so I'm super pumped. But I guess tell me something. You've achieved what appears to be huge success. You've worked with some of the best, a lot of the best, and a lot of people see this stuff like when I say this, the universe served this up. Like a lot of people see this shit as woo woo. Do you believe in all this universal law stuff? And like, can you tell us, like, if you do, like, what made you a believer? Because a lot of people that sit back and go, "Oh fuck, here we go again."
Well, I would say yes, I believe in woo-woo.
Okay.
Well,
Why?
because woo-woo is real. Now, again, when people call it woo-woo, it leads you to believe that they don't necessarily believe it,
That's
which
what I'm
would
saying.
then, coincidentally, make it not work. You see, the mind is so damn efficient and so freaking unbelievable that if you think it doesn't work, it doesn't. See what I'm saying? So
I
if you're one
totally
of the
see it.
skeptical ones in the world, if you're one of those people that call it woo-woo and you're like, oh, that's all woo-woo shit, like I used to be, by the way. You just need a mindset shift. You need to shift your mindset. You need to shift your perspective to where you go from scarcity to abundance.
I was there as well at one point. Like, didn't believe in any of this shit. Sat there when they talked about writing down goals. I thought, yeah, fuck it. I just want to make $1 bajillion. And never wrote it down. Don't even know how many zeros it has. And admittedly, I don't have it. Something changed a number of years ago, and I would say that my wife was a major catalyst in it, just knowing me and living with me and dealing with the shit with me forever. But getting me to start reading and start to really feed my brain on a regular basis. And that was a number of years ago. And dude, I see the change in a massive way in who I am. And I'm with you. I believe completely in the mindset. I don't believe it's woo woo. I don't believe it's fluffy stuff. I believe it's what makes us get essentially what we want in life, whether it's love, it's health, it's money, success, whatever.
Yep. Well, I can give you 3 things that will guarantee anybody get anything they want in life. Number 1, mindset.
Yeah.
Because if your mindset's not right, you're not going anywhere. That's a fact. Number 2, after mindset is your skill set. Like what are you good at? Because again, if you're really good at the wrong things, you're probably not going to go anywhere either. You need to be really good at the right things. What are the right things? Well, that's the skill set topic. And then the last one is your everyday actions, your habits. You know what I mean? So your mindset, your skill set, and your habits. If you can master those 3 areas, bro, everything else is easy peasy. Trust me.
What made you realize that?
Just looking back, bro. I mean, you look back and you realize, damn, I did it that way. I could have done it that way. I should have done it that way. And, you know, I'm 54, even though I look like I'm freaking 20.
I love it.
You know, 54, dude, that's like damn near 60, dog. Like, that's like, ooh. And by the way, I still feel the same way I did when I was 25. I literally only see a little bit of difference looking back in the mirror. I feel the same. So to me, I've been 25 for, 25 years.
Similar mindset, man. Every time it's a birthday, I get 1 year younger.
Yeah, well, my mindset's a little, again, I think I've got the advantage over everyone on earth because of this mindset attribute of mine. But I realize the value of gratitude. You see, and this video went viral, so like I'm sure you've seen it, and if you haven't, trust me, it's been out there, and it's basically the $10 million example. If I gave you $10 million, how would you feel? And people go, "Oh shit, man, I'd lose my shit." Right, dude, you'd be all excited, you'd be pumped up. No one could ruin your day with some stupidity. Drama wouldn't affect you. Nothing would affect you, man. You would be freaking flying high, man. But if I said, I'll give it to you, but you can't wake up tomorrow, you'd be like, well, no, thanks. Why? Well, because I need to wake up, So waking up is worth more than $10 million. And yet you don't act like it every single day. Now imagine if you got $10 million handed to you every single day, how pumped up you would be. You get something more valuable than $10 million every single day. You get to open your eyes. And remember, there's a lot of people that won't get to do that. You got to do that. And so now all of a sudden your mindset shifts to a perspective of optimism, right? And like to me, I always tell people, if you want to get rich, look for problems and get good at solving them, because really making money is simply solving problems for people. Money is exchanged when problems get solved. That's why you're using that money to solve some sort of problem. So if you get really good at solving problems, how do you get good at anything? You do them a lot. Well, most people are avoiding problems, when in reality, you probably should be seeking problems. And when you find these problems, realize that it's just an opportunity. Like a problem is an opportunity. I literally believe problems are opportunities. I walk in, any problems today? No one's ever like, nope, no problem. I'm like, damn, dude, there has to be a problem somewhere. Like, let's get to the problem.
Right? Hey, I'll tell you this. We did a mastermind. I was mentioning to you off air before we got on the show. We did a mastermind a couple of weeks ago. And one of the big things that we said to everybody prior to coming was, we're going to be solving big problems. And the idea was to get people in there and sit down and let's collaboratively in this room together, 24 people, talk about each other's issues, help solve them. And I mean, take the extension of that and say you're in sales. What are you really doing? You're trying to satisfy a need. Well, what's the need? It's probably something that they got a problem with. How do you solve that? Too many people, though, are thinking about, I want to make money, and they think about the dollars. And then we hear something you just said about, giving and gratitude. That whole idea of, give to get. People don't want to give. If they give, they expect they should get, as opposed to just being out there on a daily basis to give. And then just, I guess, believe in the fact that, yeah, the more you do good, the more you give, the more you're going to get back eventually. But you can't give expecting to get. It's like, it's a whole mindset shift. Do you have daily action steps for stuff like that?
Daily
or is it just go in and ask the question? Like, are you rigid enough when you talk about the schedule? You talk about, the skill set, the habits, the daily habits. Are there certain things you're doing outside of, let's say, just the blunt of, hey, what are the problems today?
Of course, bro.
Well, fine. That's what we're pulling on, man.
But that's the foundation.
Of course.
The foundation is what's the problem? Because I want to solve it. I'm looking for problems to solve. Why? Problems only get bigger, first of all. Okay. If you attack a problem right when you discover it, it's generally the smallest it's ever going to get right at that point. So you don't want to let the problem get larger, right? Get bigger, get more important, get more drastic. So you want to attack the problem right away. Now, when you say, do you do anything outside of that? That's just the foundational mindset. Like I need to solve things. What I do every day, it depends on which company you're talking about, because you named one of my companies. I have several. And so I'm running these companies. I'm also creating, content for the internet, and people are like, how do you do it? How do you spend your time? Creating content for the internet is easy, because all I'm doing is allowing a camera to film me being me and doing me. So like people are like, dude, you're so real on social media. Well, that's because it is real.
Yeah.
Man, it is real. Like that camera is on me. The only place it's not is the bedroom and the bathroom because I don't want to be a porn star.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I tell them to stay out of those two places. Everything else has a camera on me. And then some team goes through and finds out what's funny, find out what did I say during the day that made sense. Where did I drop bombs? And they'll chop it up, drop it out, and boom. So I'm making content without having to make content. I
Okay.
am
So just
content.
So just to that for a second, then, is there like a smartphone set up there? Is there an actual crew that's there filming?
Both, but
Okay,
we don't
cool.
use smartphones. We have Sony
Yeah,
cameras, all kinds of different cameras and setups and lighting and,
cool.
because we don't half-ass anything.
Yeah.
I overboard it. Like, what's the best camera? What's the best tripod? Those aren't monster cables.
Let's go back to this mindset thing because we deal with a lot of salespeople, mortgage, real estate, entrepreneurs, small businesses. Everybody wants to achieve this work-life balance. Everybody thinks that, or everybody wants the freedom and flexibility. Most people don't know how to get over to it. Everybody talks about what they want. Most people just don't do jack shit to go get it. Now, I saw a recent video that you put out, or I don't know, recent, whenever it was put out, but what's the biggest lie that anybody tells themselves that makes their life 100 times harder?
That they're not worth it.
That simple.
Pretty much. The reason people do not do better than they do is because they don't think of themselves worthy. Literally, you'll never outperform your own self-image. You want to increase your net worth, you better increase your self-worth.
Now, okay, so a lot of people look back and, I'm out of shape. I'm not making the money I want. I don't have
Hey, listen, no, change that language. You're tolerating not being in shape. You're tolerating not making the money you want. And if you're tolerating it, how can you expect not to get it? Because you get what you tolerate, bro. So stop tolerating that shit. It's just a choice.
people getting in their own way.
Hey, listen, they're deep down, subconscious is below awareness. Below, conscious, aware, sub-aware, not aware, unaware. Like they're unaware of this shit. But at the end of the day, they don't think they're worth anything better than they have, which is why they got what they got. They have what they have because they believe they're worth that much. If you refuse to work for what you get, you wouldn't get what you get. Now you'd be like, well, I might not get anything. Well, now you're being appreciative of it, and which again is why you're tolerating it. Why? Because you're afraid that there isn't any more out there. Well, fuck, that's called fucking scarcity mindset, bro. I hate to tell you. That's called limitations, bitch. And we don't do limitations in the world of Richie Rich.
Okay, so how do you change that then? What do you do if you're that person right now who knows they're getting in their own way?
You come to my masterminds and my one-on-one events or coaching groups. I'm joking. I don't do that.
No,
but I'll tell you what.
You're going to join us at one of ours next time.
Well, dude, you'd need to charge way more than you charge.
Hey, man, like, if we can help everybody make that much money.
Not if, bro. Like I guarantee you, dude, I can show people how to make money left and right if they're not making money. Like I can show the average Joe, holding the sign on the side of the road for $20 an hour, how to go make $250,000, $500,000 a year, just like this. People say, well, what do you mean? Like step by step, bitch. It's not that difficult. Okay. Number one, you're going to have to sell something. Okay. You better be aware of that. There's no such thing as success without selling somebody something.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, you're going to sell something. Well, I don't want to sell blah, blah, blah. Out of my way, bitch. I can only help you. I can only save you from drowning if you swim towards me. See what I'm saying? I can't swim after you, fool. I can't swim after you. Like you got to swim this way. But dude, making $500,000 nowadays is pretty easy. You sell something.
So you got to be grinding every day.
No, you got to get into sales, man. You can't sit there for $20 an hour, which is a limitation, by the way. Someone's telling you you're worth this much dollars an hour. So for every hour you come in here and do what I tell you, I'm going to give you this in exchange. $50 an hour, $100 an hour, whatever it is. It's a finite amount. Like, dude, you're worth $36 an hour to me. Okay. Now, your hour, by the way, is now my hour. And if I'm giving you $36 for your hour, don't you think I must be getting a return more than $36 on your hour? Because if I wasn't, well, then why would I be giving you 36 to do anything?
Right.
Which the fundamentals of business tells you that all you have to do is get a whole bunch of people to do whatever you need done and charge more to do it than you're paying. Like, that's business. So at the end of the day, I can hire you for $36 an hour and have you do this. If that math equates to 36 or more, we're in business, aren't we?
So what do you say to people who don't want to spend the money to invest in themselves then? They're scared to put the money in. They look and they say they don't have the money.
I would say the same thing. They're limited. Their minds are stuck in limitation and scarcity, man. They need to quit. They need to start believing in the woo-woo stuff.
So what are some non-negotiables that salespeople need to be doing daily then? And I mean, look, I know that they go without saying, get out there and prospect, get out and talk to people, get out there and connect. Is there something, I'm going to say secret potion? No, but seriously, like what's that thing that everybody needs to be doing daily, no matter what, no matter how they feel?
Okay. Let me give you a quick 2 seconds. So number one, a lot of people don't realize anything about frequency and vibration. But if you really want to sell more, you got to stop selling altogether and start helping. Like, your vibration changes when you're trying to help somebody rather than trying to sell somebody. When you're selling them, you're doing it for an internal purpose. You want to pay your bills, get a commission. You want to get something. That's why you're selling them, because you want something. Well, that frequency or vibration needs to change to one that you're looking to help people. As soon as you start helping people, that frequency changes, and so does what it attracts. So number one, that. Number two, again, most people don't understand that preparation is the key to everything. So you ultimately have to prepare more. But some fundamental basics that you would do every day would be, like, for example, prospecting. There's salespeople all over the planet that do not prospect, and it makes zero sense, because prospecting is basically keeping the pipeline full. So how would you expect to make more and more money in the future by not keeping the pipeline full? So then people are like, well, I don't. Okay, well, then why aren't you prospecting? You just think that pipe's going to fill up by itself, because it's stupid. It doesn't. So prospecting is what a lot of salespeople won't do. And then they don't follow up, believe it or not. They don't even call people back half the time.
Yeah.
Well, their follow-up skills are terrible, when we know that, in order to sell somebody something, sometimes it takes between 7 and 12 interactions. You have to talk to that individual or text them or something up to 12 times before a sale is made. And by the way, that's an average, 7 to 12. So again, some more, some less. But at the end of the day, you got to follow up, and most people aren't doing it. These are fundamentals that if every salesperson did, they would make more money than they're making currently. So when you say, is there any hacks and secrets? Yeah, there's hacks and secrets. It's called do the fundamentals, prospect, follow up. And when you do follow up, don't just say, are you ready to buy yet? Are you ready to buy yet?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to buy yet? Like, follow up is basically, coming through on a previous promise that you made. Hey, call me Thursday. Great. Now, if you follow up correctly, between now and Thursday is when you technically are following up, if you do it right, which is building a relationship. I might send you an article that I read online that's relevant to something we discussed, or, hey, I know you like Trump, so I sent you a cool meme where old Trump looks like the Terminator, and whatever. Like, at the end of the day, I'm freaking building a relationship as I'm waiting for the day to be able to call you and say, what'd you decide? Because at the end of the day, what'd you decide is all you want to know when you call someone on a follow-up call. Most people's follow-up doesn't sound very good, and because they're being fake. All I want to know when I follow up is, hey, bitch, you make up your mind?
Okay, right? But all the jokes aside on that, you've done a lot of prep work in between the last time you spoke to them, the follow-up time. There's a lot of other things going on in between that develops a stronger relationship, more trust, so that by the time they're ready and you make that call, they're like, dude, thanks for calling. Yeah, let's rock.
Well, if everybody rewound this part right here and heard you said but, and there is no but.
Did I say but? Yes. I got caught on that 20 years ago by somebody. He goes, what'd you say? I said, well, then I went through it again. He goes, no, just there. I said, what did I do? He goes, you said the word but. I'm like, and? He goes, well, you just basically said that everything you said prior to that doesn't mean shit to me. I'm like,
exactly.
Holy shit. So actually, nice
That's
catch
how
on that.
but
Because
works.
I actually consciously try not to use that word that way.
Yeah, but you just said it. If
I know.
everyone hits rewind, they'll hear you say but.
Well,
And
okay,
there is
thanks for
no
calling me out, bro.
yeah, and there is no but when it comes to what I'm saying. Like if you prospect, follow up, you'll make more money. Those are secrets and hacks that nobody does. That if
Right.
they just started doing, their sales career would dramatically get better.
Why
And then
don't
again,
people do it?
well, because sometimes they're doing it and it doesn't work, so they stop doing it. And the reason it doesn't work is because they don't know how to do it. It's not that the process doesn't work; it's the things you're doing isn't working. So people just throw it out. You know, hey, I don't follow up. That's bullshit. I'm not going to call out of the phone book. I never sell anything calling out of the phone book. If I could show you how to call out of the phone book, and everyone you called, or 1 out of 3 people you called, gave you $20,000, would you call out of the phone book? Absolutely. You'd be like, damn dog, give me a phone book.
People think they're too big for it.
Yeah. So at the end of the day,
Ego.
like, you know, listen, there's virtual assistants now that you can hire $100 a week. You know, they're willing to work for you during, you know, your waking hours, wherever they live in the country, in the world. They're willing to work for you for about 150 bucks a week. What will they do? Anything you need done. Now, if people can't figure out what to have those people do, well, again, these are called ideas. You don't have any ideas? You know, here's an idea. Have someone go on LinkedIn, figure out what avatar or customer you're looking for specifically, have this person that works for 125 bucks a week, scour LinkedIn with your password and reach out to every person that fits this, you know, profile, and introduce with this introduction. And when they, you know, respond, tell me. You know, so now you got someone on LinkedIn all day long looking for fucking ideal customers, making comments on their shit, engaging with them, bing and a 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 bing. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen?
Respond.
Yeah, you're going to start freaking having introductions. Why? Well, because bro, it's all about relationships. Listen, every dollar you've ever received comes from a relationship. So if you want more dollars, you need more relationships. It's not rocket science. How do you get more relationships? You reach out, you introduce yourself. Why don't most people do it? Most people don't do it because they don't think that they're anybody worth introducing to. So like they don't value themselves enough. Like, why would anyone want to hear from me? Why would that? What if I look stupid? What if they're at dinner? What if they don't like what I'm saying? What if they don't need what I'm offering? I don't want to be intrusive. You know, grow some balls. Okay. Quit worrying about what everybody else thinks and go help people. If you don't believe your product or service helps them, well, then don't talk to them. Okay. Simple. But if your product or service helps these people, quit fucking questioning everything like a little bitch and just walk up and smile, introduce yourself, have some fucking confidence and start fucking laying the pipe, the proverbial pipe. And what is that? Dude, that is freaking information that they need to make a decision. It's that simple. When you walk up to somebody and you introduce yourself, if you come across a little bit more confident and a little bit more certain, like you're an expert in what you're talking about, guess what the customer does? They start to get in the position of a buyer. Why? Well, because a buyer wants an expert to consult with. Why? Because if I'm going to buy a house, I want someone that knows these fucking neighborhoods. Is this a good fucking area or not? You know, what do you know, I want experts, right? So you got to put yourself in a position of an expert as a salesperson, and that requires confidence. And the confidence is the biggest issue. And that's what it boils down to. People don't want to do it because they have allodoxophobia. Now,
What is allodoxophobia?
Well, are you sitting at a computer, Chief?
Yep. I am,
Google that shit right now. ALLODOXOPHOBIA. Watch. Alexa, define allodoxophobia.
All right, you do it.
From alketrin.com. Apraxia of lid opening, ALO, is an inability
Alexa,
to
stop.
initiate voluntary eyelid opening following a period of
Alexa,
eyelid
stop.
closure with normal function at other times.
Google it, dude. It's a word nobody knows for some reason, not even Alexa.
Say it again. ALLOD.
Oh, X.
Got it right here.
Allodoxophobia.
Yeah, got it. Fear of other people's opinions.
That's what everybody has right there.
That's exactly what people got.
We just go cure people of allodoxophobia, my brother, and everybody starts living life a little bit differently. I wake up with gratitude. Everything's an opportunity. You wake up with pessimism. Everything's a fucking problem. You focus on problems, more problems come around.
Fuck, there's
Right?
the law of vibration right there.
I know, but you focus on solutions, more solutions start to appear. Like, dude, that's the woo-woo.
Yeah.
Okay, so the woo-woo's real, my brother. The woo-woo
Oh,
is
I
real.
believe it. I believe it. It's changed my life. It's
Now,
changed my
this
life.
is
I've
my
got a vision board that stares at me every night. I look at my goals on a
Hey,
daily basis.
hey. Now, see, can I back you up?
Yeah.
You just said you got a vision board that stares at you every night.
Yeah.
You're supposed to stare at it.
Well, yeah, but it's right there next to the
I
bed.
know, but again, here maybe in your mind it needs to be shifted. Why? Because you think it stares at you all goddamn night. Dude, you're supposed to be staring at it.
I love it, bro. Blood, man. It's true though, right? Because now here, when we say first, to what you said a few minutes ago there, we've got a concept that we teach on, very simple. Monday starts on Sunday. This was the whole preparation you talked about before. I tell everybody it takes 15 to 20 minutes today to be ready for tomorrow. We set our goals back in October, November for the new year. We start the new year while the old year is still happening. I don't call it cheating. I just call it getting ahead of everybody else. If I'm ahead of everybody else, it's going to be real hard for people to keep up.
Yeah, well, what if somebody's doing it on Saturday? What if they're getting ready for Monday on Saturday?
Yeah, all right. That's all right. Let's
They'll
see
be
the
ahead of
discipline.
you.
If they got that discipline, all the power to them. Most people don't.
So really, what we boil that down to, you need the old discipline.
You need
I call it the vitamin D.
You need it. You need it. You've got to have the discipline. If you haven't got the discipline, you're not getting there. Like here, if I said to you, what's the difference between the 99% and the 1%?
What would I say?
Yeah.
Beliefs.
Okay. Beliefs in who you are.
I'll boil it down to beliefs, but the beliefs is kind of a 10,000-foot view of your mindset, skill set, and habits. Because your belief system is why you do what you do, which is why you get what you get. So if you're in the 99%, you're getting what you get because of your belief system. So in order to change the 99% or make them the same as the 1%, their beliefs need to change. Why? Because then their actions will change, and then their results will change, and then everyone will be in the 1%, which would make it no longer the 1%. It would make it normal. And see, there's certain powers that be, they don't want being rich and powerful and informed part of the deal. Why? They want you broke and dependent and uninformed. They want you unhealthy, so you'll buy their pills and their freaking remedies that are then actually causing long-term other problems. So you'll then have to get their expensive pills and shit. So it's like, dude, we're cattle and we're being fed off of. I mean, we're being eaten off of more accurately. So now people are, oh, he's one of them conspiracy guys. I'm not a conspiracy guy. I'm a common sense guy.
Yeah.
Straight common sense tells us these things. So at the end of the day, what do? Well, again, if you want to freaking have that flexibility or that freedom you're talking about, well, then you need to get yourself healthy. Okay. You need to freaking get off the freaking bullshit food and start eating right, freaking working out and focused on your health, because the health, if you don't have that, you'll give up everything to get it back. So there's your first priority, right? Now, again, if you're sitting there going, well, it ain't my first priority, mine's my family. Okay, good. Everybody can have their own priorities, but at the end of the day, I'm telling you the ones that work. Okay, you want to focus on your health. The health will make everything else better. And if you lose it, trust me, everything else is worthless. So trust me, you want to focus on your health. Number 2, focus on relationships. Why? Well, because relationships are where money comes from. And if you want more money, you need more relationships. So you don't focus on the money, you focus on the relationships, and then the money is there. If you focus on the money, right, and you ignore the relationship, pretty soon the relationship isn't there, and then the money disappears. It's like, that's just common sense to me. See what I'm saying?
I'm with you 100%.
But it all boils down to health, then relationships, and then money. Well, why money? Because with more money, believe it or not, you'll make more relationships. The richer you are, the more opportunities you get, the more access you get, the more freaking proximity you get. And pretty soon you're hanging around people that are talking, I just transferred $100 million for this thing over here and that thing over there. And you're like, $100 million. Like, I know somebody that sends me a screenshot just to mess with me. He's got over $300 million in his bank account.
Fuck.
And I'm like, 300 million, and that ain't all he's got. So what does that mean? That means he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
For real.
And not only that, he is a high school dropout. He does not have a degree. He did not listen to all the bullshit. He is not working for somebody. He's selling stuff. Like, dude, you start to take all the freaking 1% and start narrowing down, what are they doing? It boils down to they're all doing the same shit, right? They all believe in the same things, really. So, I mean, at the end of the day, fundamentally, if you want to get what let's pretend you want something. Here's how you get it. Number one, you figure out what it is, which most people can't even do that. They just say, I want a bajillion dollars. The fuck is a bajillion dollars? Number two, okay, once you figure out exactly what it is, then you just figure out how to get it. And that's the easy part. You figure out how to get it by finding people who already got it. And then you ask them what they do. And then step three, you do the work they did and you do what they did. Because if you do what they did, more than likely you'll get what they got. Why? Like action causes like result, man. It's just a common sense, universal truth. Okay. Like action causes like result. So if he did it and got these results, I can probably believe that I can do it and get those results. Why can he do it and get those results, but I couldn't? Now, if you don't think, well, that's because I'm not worthy, I'm not as smart as him, I'm not as good looking as him, I'm not as buff as him, I'm not as rich as him, I'm not capable like him, dude, then that tells me you got a fucked up mindset. You have no self-worth. Start there.
And that would be get your shit in check for health.
Yeah, and then people want to doubt me and act like I'm being the dick. I'm being rude. When it's like you're the motherfucker displaying these fucking ridiculousnesses.
But it starts with health. You're bang on, man. I mean, I couldn't agree more.
Includes mental health.
And that's the thing. And that's where we say physical as well as feeding the brain, the mental stuff.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you go around all these, groups and masterminds and whatnot, they've all figured out some basic shit, right? The difference is who's in those masterminds. You don't join a mastermind for the information. You join a mastermind for the membership. Who else is in there? What experiences do they have? Because if I join a mastermind that has everybody who's just now thinking about starting a company, oh, can't wait. Oh, I'm nervous. Like, dude, I'm going to quit that mastermind so fast, because I'll just be sitting there providing all this, knowledge and advice and shit all damn day, and no one will give me any. Why? Because these guys haven't ever even filed taxes yet. So it's like, I want to hang around people that are doing $50 or $100 million minimum, so I can say, hey, what are you doing about this? What are you doing about that? Have you ever felt this? Or, what do you know about this? That's what a mastermind value is. It's not what the big shot that's putting it on says.
Right.
So like, if I ever did a mastermind, I'm going to create, certain parameters where you can only be a member if here's the application. And if you're selected to be a member, well, then it's, $50,000 for the year. And then you're welcome to hang out with me and, 50 other people in Aspen or Greece or freaking somewhere cool. And then we're going to talk. We're all going to meet each other and talk and solve problems. Dude, that's huge. Like, that'd be worth 50 G's all day long.
Absolutely.
Now,
the power. Listen, the one that we did together, that's exactly what went down in that room. You got a bunch of amazing people, a bunch of amazing minds coming together to help each other solve a bunch of problems. People that are doing well in business, everybody lifting each other up. You walk out of there and everybody's inspired, motivated to go do something. I said to everybody right there, I said, the problem with stuff like this is that most people come to these things, they do jack shit with the information. Most people. And I say to everybody, I'm going to challenge you right now. It wasn't about you just coming here. It's about what you're going to do over the next 90 days with the information that you took from what you learned. Don't be most people. Go do something. Because again, most people will do jack shit.
Well, dude, if that shit doesn't work out, you can always turn to radio.
Are you talking about me, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the face for radio. I heard it again, right?
No, but like, your voice sounds like a DJ. Hello, everybody. It's 98.5 degrees. Welcome to the Mindshare podcast. We've got Bradley, an incredible individual. He's going to be dropping bombs for about 15 minutes. Well, let's get to it. Like, I want that voice on a regular basis, bro. Dude, I want to walk around.
It costs, but we can talk about it after. Tell me about this, bro. Sheeple mentality. Everybody walking around trying to follow each other. I mean, I think social media has amplified that shit over the past decade and a half or whatever it's been. But everybody trying to do what other people are doing and emulate. Hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. My screen just went. People walking around trying to follow each other. Now, this is an interesting one because when we think about this right now for a quick moment, and we look at the fact that you just said it, and I agree with it. When I watch you and I listen to you and I watch the folks that I follow and I listen to and I learn from, and I look at the documentaries I watch and I look at all the food that I put in my brain on a regular basis, you're bang on, dude. The messages are very similar. The difference is whether you're going to do something about it. So now we got this sheeple mentality where people are like, wow, hey, man, he's doing it. I'm going to go do it. Or she's doing it. But look, it worked for her. I'm going to try it. And people run blindly to go and try to do something. What do you say to people like that? What advice do we have for the sheeple?
You know, sometimes when people ask questions, especially on shows like this that are interview style, they ask 3 or 4 in one, and I'm not sure which one to answer.
What do you say to the sheeple about just following other people blindly?
Well, again, to me, I don't believe the sheep will follow. That's the problem that most people are making. Like, if you want something in life, figure out what it is, figure out who's already done it, do what they did, which is following. Like, follow those people, do what they did. Quit hating on them. Quit thinking that they're all crooks and trying to figure out what they're doing bad to make all that money, and just see what they're doing to make all that money. And then you do it too. To me, that's following. And sheeple don't follow. They do the opposite. They get led wherever the fuck some idiot wants to lead them. That's a sheep. Like, again, if you're looking at wolves in a pack of sheep, the wolf is running around. It's not being followed by the sheep. The sheep aren't following. They're fucking running from the wolf. And the wolf,
right,
they think is going to eat them. Well, in this analogy, the wolf would be the rich people, and the sheep are running from the rich people, thinking they're all bad, and we're trying to hurt you. Like, at the end of the day, dude, if you want to learn how to make money, find someone that's making it, and then do what they did. That's following. I don't think sheeple follow at all. I think they don't follow enough. So my advice to the sheeple wouldn't be stop following people. It would be start. Just make sure it's the right people. Why? Don't follow idiots that have no proof or evidence of anything. Like, go see who they are. Use your eyes. You'll see. Trust me. Use your ears. You'll hear. Like, open your eyeballs and pay attention. Ask questions. You'll figure out whether someone, I believe, is real or not. That's why I created the whole real brand. I've got, and when you said earlier before we started talking, like, I was thinking about doing coaching and one-on-ones and stuff like that, but I don't have the time really. And I run, brick and mortar businesses where I don't really have a lot of time. So I'm thinking, no, but then I see people making millions of dollars a month doing it. Plus they're helping people. So I'm thinking, man, maybe I better do it. So I start thinking, what would mine be? Well, again, I want to provide a real education, real being the real Bradley, the real brand, but I want to provide a real education. So, like, real confidence. How do you increase your self-worth? That's a whole lesson and course. And if I showed people just how to involve or, and raise their self-worth, ultimately what happens, dude, is their whole life gets better. And then irrelevant financial, I'm talking about their whole life gets better. They're better relationships. They're happier. It's just like, overall, as soon as they feel like they're worth more, coincidentally, they start to get more.
Well, confidence breeds success. Success breeds confidence.
Well, all I know is, the better you feel about yourself, the more worth you have for you, the more financially you'll come up, because you can't outperform your own self-image. So if you want to make a bunch of money, you have to literally raise your self-worth to think that you deserve a bunch of money. And then some people are like, well, why would I deserve a bunch of money? Exactly. That's my point. Your mindset is wrong. You believe you're not worth very much. You believe you're not worth a call back. You believe that someone should slam the door in your face. You believe that it's okay to talk to you like that because you're not worth anything more. So it's like women who stay in abusive relationships. They don't feel they're worth more than that. You know what I'm saying?
So, dude, let me ask you this.
What do you do? Well, you get them to change their beliefs, because their beliefs control their behaviors. Makes sense? So if you want someone to change their behavior, you got to get them to change their beliefs. Most people don't understand that. Like, your beliefs are why you do what you do. So if you want to get something different, you have to do something different. In order to do something different, you have to believe something different. And then the only way to change your beliefs is to get new information. Because if you don't get new information, your beliefs will be exactly the same, and so will your freaking results. Why? Because your actions are based on your beliefs, and your beliefs haven't changed. How would you expect your actions to change if your beliefs haven't changed? Because your beliefs are why you do what you do and choose what you choose. So in order to change your actions, you got to change your beliefs. In order to change your beliefs, you need new information. How do you get new information? Again, back to common sense. You read a fucking book. You fucking listen. You fucking start paying attention to the motherfuckers doing it. Quit
That's
hating
what it comes
on them.
down to, though, man. That's what it comes down to.
I say, don't hate, congratulate. Don't hate, congratulate, and then participate. I sound like Bill Cosby. Would you like a taste of my jelly pudding?
I was going to say that to you, right? Because belief system that's a tough one. Because I can sit here and say, yeah, I think,
Yeah,
and then I doubt myself, and I look in the mirror. I'm like, fuck that. I don't do shit.
Let's debate you and I.
Okay. You going to throw something out there?
No, I'm waiting for the but. But what?
I'm not giving you a but. I'm not using that word.
All right.
I'm not going to use that.
Give me a challenging belief of yours to see if I agree with it.
A challenging belief.
Yeah. Do you have any strong convictions about anything?
I would tell you, and this is something, I don't know if I believe it, but I'd like to find out if there's a glass ceiling in cyberspace between Canadian and an American airspace when it comes to the internet and getting in front of different audiences. That's fucking loaded, eh? That's like really technical, though.
Yeah, but I mean, again, the answer, you can discover that answer just by doing some investigative work. What would that change things for you? Well, you're spending $5,000 a month, dude. You can't even get in front of Canada, and you're worried about getting in front of fucking more people than that. Like, just get in front of some first. You got to be.
You got to figure out who your audience is. You got to figure out who they are.
I want you to be spending $500K a month on advertising minimum.
Okay, let's go there. I don't believe I have the money. If I look at the bank account, I don't have the money.
You're not advertising. You don't have it because you're not doing it. Okay, do it. That's the question. Now the question is how? I don't know. Borrow money, mortgage something. I don't fucking know. And by the way, like, dude, you don't spend it all at once. Okay, you're spending it as you go, but money's returning as you go too. So you don't actually need it all. It just needs to be budgeted for that. So if I said, okay, I'm going to spend $500,000 a month, that's roughly $15,000 a day, right? Okay, so $15,000 a day is all I need. So today I got 15. Tomorrow I need 15. Next day I need 15. Next day I need 15. Next day I need 15. No, you're talking 60, 90 grand. And then that week will have produced some sort of return, right? Or you wouldn't keep doing it. Why? Well, because now you're spending money and you're not getting a return. That's not what I'm doing. Okay. You're spending money and you're getting a return. Oh, okay. So can we make the assumption that when you spend $1, you get at least $1 or more back? Because if you can't do that, well, then your offer's wrong. Your product's wrong. Like there's something else wrong. But if your offer's great and your product's great and your pricing's great and everything's great, well, then all you got to do is fucking market correctly. And if you market correctly, you're going to spend $1 and get back $5.
Yeah.
So then you want to spend as many dollars as you can. So you spend $500,000, your name and brand gets more known and familiar, right? Take 7.
You call that building Mindshare, by the way, Brad.
I call that branding, but okay.
You can start using Mindshare. We're okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you start to get more known. Familiarity breeds trust. Okay, so now people start trusting you, and now you sell even more, even easier, right? And then all of a sudden you're in this whirlwind. Then the haters start popping up, talking about freaking the only way you're making money is telling people how to make money, me. And they're hating on people making money. It's like, listen, if you want to make money, figure out, exactly what that looks like, doing what, and then find the people that are already doing it and then do what they're doing. Trust me, that will work. If it doesn't work, it's because your mindset, your skill set, or your habits are off. You need to go focus on your mindset, your skill set, and your habits. A day-to-day life priority, I would say prioritize health, then relationships, then money. Yeah. Don't prioritize money over health and relationships.
You built a business that took off, and now you got a bunch of businesses.
Yeah.
What was it for you that, like, from a belief system? Is it you started going to the gym and all of a sudden you felt better about you and it was like, okay, let's do it? Did you spark a big idea, get rich and go, fuck, now I'm feeling good? Like, what was it for you that said to you, hey, you know what? I'm feeling this now. Like, did you know, at one day old, were you like, I'm the most confident motherfucker there is? Like, where
No,
did that come from, man?
I mean, I always had a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, that's okay. But
When I was younger, people would say I'm conceited, and I'm like, dude, I'm not conceited. I'm just convinced. You know,
I like that.
well, it's true because I wasn't conceited. I had proof. Like confidence comes from basically winning. Why? Well, because like if you win a lot, it's something you'll get real confident at that because confidence is the memory of winning. So if confidence is the memory of winning and I want to be confident, what do I need to do? Answer the question.
If you want to be confident, the memory, you got to keep winning. Keep putting the
Exactly.
effort to win.
If the memory of winning is what gives you confidence and I want to be confident,
Gotta
I
keep
have to do what a lot? Win. Exactly. So I have to win a lot. Okay. So who gets to decide what a win is? Me? I'm talking about for you. Like, what's a win for you? Who gets to decide that? Me, your mom, your parents, your wife? Who gets to decide what a win is to you?
Me.
Good. So now you get to decide what a win is. Why wouldn't you decide that shit you do every day, all day is a win?
Okay, dude, I'm gonna hold on. Okay, I gotta go here. First, I'm gonna ask this question. I think it's a stupid question. I know there's no stupid question, but if I said to you, are you a
There
goal
are
setter?
stupid questions.
Okay, fine. Are you a goal setter?
Theoretically, yes. Do I sit there
Okay.
and write down my goals 15 times before I go to bed and upon awakening? No.
Upon. Here's where I go with this. For people that are looking to get into that belief system, to get into that win, we say to them, mark down the goals. Mark down what you want, because here, to what you just said, when it comes to those
Yeah.
daily action items, dude, I've already been on coaching calls today. I've already had team meetings today. I've already
Is
had a
it a
whole bunch
win?
of other shit. Pardon me?
Are those wins?
Every single one is a win.
Okay, so
I
if
went to the
those-
gym today. It's a win. I read my book today. It's a win.
okay, so if you're the judge and you get to decide and all those are wins,
Yep.
you keep doing that over time, you'll start to feel like you deserve more and that you're actually, you'll be a
That's
little
where
more,
I'm at. That's the
so
that's the place
you'll be
I'm
a
at.
little more confidence. And then when you start realizing it, be careful because now other people are going to notice that you're not the same and they're going to want you to return to the same. They want the old you. They don't want the new you. So those people that don't want the new you, and they'll stand up and talk themselves right into being acknowledged because they just come out and start talking shit. When they do that, you got to get rid of them, eliminate, do not listen. Why? Because, dude, people will tell you, hey, oh, you think you're cool now because this, that, and other thing, or whatever they're saying to you. It's not supportive or encouraging. Get rid of those people. Get rid of all negative people. So here's how you build confidence. Number one, just like if you pissed off somebody and you wanted to repair the relationship, you'd probably apologize, right? And you would hope that they forgive you. So step one is to apologize and forgive yourself for all the lies and bullshit you've put yourself through. If you were your own friend, you would probably be in a fist fight. Like, dude, if a friend treated you the way you treat yourself, they wouldn't be your friend. So you have to apologize and forgive yourself for all the shit you've done to yourself because subconsciously it's never forgotten. And it's probably the reason it doesn't think you deserve anything because you're a fucking liar. You're a procrastinator. You're not a friend. You're a fucking idiot. And deep down, you believe that without even knowing that you know that or that you believe that. So the apologize and forgive is really just wiping the slate clean. Then you simply just decide to do what you say you're going to do. That's a commitment. It's just you commit to do what you say you're going to do. That's the end of the story. There's no buts. You do what you say you're going to do. Like, don't make it complicated, people. Just do what you say you will do. If you don't want to do it, don't say you'll do it. Then you won't be letting anyone down.
Yep.
Don't say you'll do something and then not do it. Only do what you say you'll do. Like that, dude, that's just a decision. So you commit to do what you say you're going to do. Then step three, you rack up the wins on a daily basis. You figure out brushing my teeth is a win. Going to the gym is a win. Making one extra call is a win. Like I decide.
Do you consider those wins, Brad?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay, cool. That's what I was saying to you. Like all those meetings, all those things, every single time I go through the calendar, I check something off. It's basically, and I don't do this because it sounds a little bit fucking corny, but way to go. Because people tell you when you fucked up. Nobody comes to you and says, hey, man, you did a great job.
I know, but there will be people that look at you and say, oh, you go great job because you brushed your fucking teeth. What an idiot, dude. Like try
It's
to
okay,
fucking
bro. I don't need those people.
Pay attention. Raise your goals, brother. Trust me. Okay. You think brushing your teeth is a goddamn win? Oh my God. Shit, this guy's going to go through life. And then we get all butthurt and worried about other people's opinions because we have allodoxophobia. We stop doing the fucking action that was actually working because some dipshit. That's why step 4 is get rid of the idiots. You can't listen to that shit. But step 3 is you rack up the wins on a regular basis. Then you start doing it over time. You're like, man, dude, I'm working out. By the way, you start getting in better shape. You start feeling better. You start thinking better. Everything starts to improve magically. And then you're like, God damn, dude, I can have a nicer place than this. I deserve a better house than this. You know, I deserve better relationship than this. And next thing you know, guess what happened? You start to realize you deserve more than you got. Well, that shows you that it's starting to work. Then the people start talking shit. You eliminate them. Then you figure out exactly where it is you want to go. So every day you can make a very simple decision. Does that move me towards my goal or away? If you don't know where it is, how can you determine what decisions will move you towards or away? Towards you away from what? I don't know. How do I navigate the day? Because really, if you can just figure out how to navigate the day's decisions, life will take care of itself. You don't make life decisions. You make daily decisions. Do I get up and work out or do I get up and not work out? Do I get up and brush my teeth or do I get up, throw on a t-shirt and run out the door? Like these are all just decisions, right? So you got to figure out exactly where it is. I call it mapping it out. So you map out exactly what success looks like. And then every single day, I want you to visualize exactly where it is and what it feels like. Key is what it feels like. You don't know what it feels like to have $100 million in the bank. If you knew what it felt like to have $100 million in the bank, believe it or not, you would probably have $100 million in the bank.
Okay, if you don't have it, how do you know how to feel? How to have it? Just believe it.
It's called imagination, motherfucker. Okay, cool. It's called use your goddamn mind. What do you think it would feel like? You know, how would you feel if you had $100 million? You cannot think for yourself. You need someone else to tell you how you'd fucking feel. No. So people just got to think, man. They don't think about it. They're just like, how do I know? Well, think about it. You probably would be able to get up in the morning, stretch, and there'd be a butler at your door with orange juice and the fucking perfect breakfast. What's on that goddamn tray, brother? Is that a fucking omelet with some strawberries and a little whipped cream and a fucking little mimosa? What's on that goddamn tray? You don't know because you've never thought about it. Like, you need me to tell you fucking there's a butler with a tray. Yeah, I like that dream. Motherfucker, get your own goddamn dream. Okay? But what you do is,
bombs.
I'm just saying, so what you do is you create your dreams and make them real, which is why I did the brand. Real education, real confidence, real wealth, real health, real marriages, real money, like real relationships. Why? Because, dude, when they're real, you can touch them. Like, do you want to just have a bunch of dreams or do you want to make your dreams real? Everybody would say, I'd want to make them real. Exactly. So how do you make them real? That's the question. Because if you knew how to make them real, wouldn't they already be real? So if you knew better, you'd do better. Agreed?
Absolutely, man. Too many people are scared. They're scared that they're going to fail, and they're scared about what other people think.
You just nailed it. They're afraid what other people think because the reason why I'm afraid to fail is because of what other people think. So saying it that way covers it all. Why would I be afraid to fail if no one was watching? Babies, for example, they're not afraid to fail. They'll walk right into a coffee table and sit there and cry and not give a rat's ass. They'll walk by bare naked, don't give a rat's dick who's in the room. Babies will try to walk, fall down, try to walk, fall down, try to walk. They don't care that you're laughing at them. They don't care that you're looking at them. They're oblivious of your fucking opinion. And that's why they eventually walk because, dude, they don't give a fuck what everybody else thinks. And that's why they're free. Okay. We're not free. We're worried about society thinking this and thinking that and assuming incorrectly. And maybe they think I'm gay. Like, dude, how would you be gay just because you're drinking a fucking beer can with a transgender on it? Like, if I'm thirsty and there's a beer sitting there, I mean, I don't drink Bud Light anyway, but if there was a beer and I'm thirsty, I go grab this Bud Light, pound it down, set it down. Someone says, "Oh, dude, that makes you gay. There's a transgender on that can." No, that makes whoever put the transgender on the can gay. It doesn't make me gay just because I drank it. Now, by buying the beer, knowing their beliefs and their philosophies, that could mean that you're supporting it. But at the end of the day, if there's a Bud Light, I could probably buy a Coors too. So guess what? I'll just buy a Coors. Why? Because I don't want everybody to think I'm gay or I'm weird for buying Bud Light. And the trend is don't buy Bud Light because that makes you gay. Dude, that's stupid. Okay. It's number one, it is stupid. But guess what? That proves what I'm saying. Bud Light lost billions of dollars because what I'm saying is the truth. They lost billions of dollars because everybody put in their mind. And that made it true to a lot of people, which is why if you drink Bud Light, you're gay, bro. And there's some people that think, hey, you're only gay if your balls touch. You know what I'm saying? Dude, no one can hear you. Nobody can hear you, bro. So what's going on, live TV customers? Hey, while we're waiting for him to pop back in here, go ahead and ask questions on to the right. I'm not muted, am I? Give me a 1 if you can hear me. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Ask questions. If you guys got questions while we're waiting for him. Oh, there he is. I was going to say, let's open it up to Q&A.
Dude, you got to love tech, right? But no, I was gonna walk into that for a second with cancel culture, because I was having this conversation with my brother-in-law the other day. It goes back to the sheeple mentality stuff, but he said to me, oh, that guy can't say that. Not you, somebody else, an athlete. He says, he can't say that. He's an athlete. I said, well, why can't he say it? That's his belief. He says, well, just because, he's an athlete and he shouldn't say it. I'm like, but hold on a second. If he doesn't say what he's thinking, then what is he? So I guess the question of that becomes, you obviously don't give a shit to speak your mind. You got a lot of confidence. You got a lot of substance behind you. You got a lot of reasons, 1,000,001 reasons why that's okay. And I'm not knocking that. I'm in fact fully agreeing with that. But the question, that said, the question is, why do people feel they have to follow suit with everybody? Should they?
Allodoxophobia.
We've talked about it today. Bang on. We've talked about it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if someone came to me and they said, here, Brad, I got $5 million, man. Just all I want from you is teach me how to be confident. I would teach them the 6, I call it the sacred 6. I'd say apologize and forgive yourself, and I'd help them do that because that's more difficult than people think. Then I'm going to teach them how to commit and have discipline. Well, really, it's integrity and ethics, right? It's self-integrity, right? Then I'm going to teach them how to freaking set little tiny daily goals that can be accomplished for sure. Why? Because we're not talking about stretch goals here. We're talking about fucking, I want to win all goddamn day. Okay, we're going to set up wins all goddamn day, and they're going to do them. Why? Because they said they would, and they do what they say they're going to do. Mm-hmm. And they're not going to listen to anybody that step forward, because somebody's going to come along and say, those aren't fucking goals, dipshit, raise your goals. And then you're going to raise your goals. You're not going to hit your goals all the time. And then you're going to fucking question yourself. Why? Well, you don't hit your goals. You don't do what you say. You fucking lose all the time. You said you were going to get 10,000. You only got 9,200. That's a loss, brother. I don't give a fuck what someone says. Well, it's close. No. You've never played sports, obviously. Okay. There's a W or a fucking L.
Nobody's getting a ribbon.
Listen, there's a W or there's a fucking L. Now just man up and act like that's the truth, because it is the truth. So you either won or you didn't. And if you didn't, well, then fucking why did you say that this was the target? You could have made a long stretch goal over a 10-year period. Okay. But how do you know in 10 years if you're likely to hit your goal? By the daily shit that you do. You don't wait 10 years and then realize fucking you didn't hit it. You look every day, am I doing the right shit? And then 10 years later, you'd be surprised if you didn't hit it. In other words, you start to expect to hit it. Matter of fact, you consider even raising the bitch after a year or two, because you realize you set it too goddamn small in the first place. Why? Because you didn't want to look stupid if you were wrong. Okay, we're back to allodoxophobia, folks. So when you say, listen, when you're either fear of failure or fear of people's opinion, it's the same thing, dude.
Yeah.
The only reason you're afraid of failing is because of what other people might think.
And if you do fail, do you need to forgive yourself, or do you just need to look yourself in the mirror,
course.
ask yourself what happened,
Hey.
and go and fucking do more work?
Dude, again, let's use common sense.
Yep.
If you really loved yourself, oh, that sounds lame. That sounds conceited. That sounds gay. No, those are idiots. If you really loved yourself, ask this question. If you really, truly loved yourself, should you forgive yourself or no?
I think you should just sort of man up and just keep pushing.
That's not the question. The question was,
If you love yourself, sure, forgive yourself.
See how fucking easy that is? But now everybody wants to question it. Why? Allodoxophobia. What are you questioning? You already know the fucking answer.
Yeah.
Of course you forgive yourself. Bitch, we all fall short. Our name ain't Yahshua.
You time blocker?
What's that mean? No,
Time
I wish I was. I'm going to start getting more like that.
Okay.
Only because, dude, like I like to be a little more efficient. My rule is just to outdo yesterday. So if I can just do a little more than I did yesterday, that's like a fucking ultimate win. Why? Because I outdid yesterday. So every single day I'm thinking, how do I outdo yesterday? Well, yesterday I made one more call. Well, I'm going to make 2 more calls today. Well, yesterday I walked on the treadmill 1 more minute. All right, I'm going to fucking do 1.5 minutes today. Okay. I'm going to outdo the day before. So who am I in competition with? Me. I'm not in competition with all these freaking goofballs online. I don't give a shit what fucking Shitty Pants Junior 777 says. Like, I don't care what all these freaking people, like, to me, it's like when people start leaving the hate comments, I've seen people get all worried and butthurt and fight and take it down. It's like, guys, what do you care what all these freaking people say? Like, well, what if they think see, again, get rid of the allodoxophobia, folks. It doesn't matter what other people think about you. What matters is what you think about you. God damn. Like, dude, does this not make sense to people?
Oh, it's making clear sense, man.
I forgot that this is live. You got live listeners, dude.
Oh yeah, we're you're rocking and rolling, bro.
I don't know how to share this, but you should have told me to share it because, dude, I got close to 3.5 million followers, and we could have had a much bigger party here today.
You go on Facebook Live right now.
And by the way, whose mistake was that? Mine or yours?
It's actually in the email prior to the show, but we can talk about that later.
No, the question was, whose fault is it, mine or yours?
Well, at the end of the day, it'll be mine because I didn't verbally say it to you off the top of the show today.
Not only that, you didn't get me to do it.
No.
Like if I were you.
So why don't you do it right now?
How do you do it?
Go to Facebook and go to my page and just share it.
Facebook?
I know,
Facebook.
Right?
I know, man. Log into Facebook.
Fuck, I can't stand Facebook anymore, truth be told. I can't stand it. Now he just left us. He's like, fuck it, I'm out. Let's see if he comes back. I'm going to wrap up shortly anyways. Pretty loaded though, eh? Everybody? You guys tuned in? This guy speaks from the heart. I don't know if you guys are all following him on Instagram there, but yeah, I figured like you're going to Facebook and all of a sudden you don't even know how to use the computer now. I know. Facebook really gets us.
Dude, you realize I just went to Facebook and logged out. I had to log back in. See what I'm saying? So again, dude, listen, at the end of the day, way before someone rewinds, I was talking about preparation. See, this is what I mean. And I'm just busting your balls because it's fun.
I love it.
But it's also the truth. And when you get off, you're going to be like, damn, he's true. Now, when someone was answering the question on the side, when I say whose fault is it, the correct mind frame there is it doesn't matter whose fucking fault it is. Okay, that's what doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. It didn't
happen. Let's fucking fix it.
It didn't happen, and that's the matter. That's the problem. See, most people want to solve problems. They can't even figure out what the real problem is. Okay, I'm really good at solving problems, and I'm good at defining them. So the problem isn't whose fault was it. Well, and by the way, like I put it in your email. Well, motherfucker, I didn't even read an email, dude. My assistant.
I didn't expect you to. That goes
I didn't read an email. I didn't even know what this was. 5 minutes ago, someone said, "Dude, you got a podcast." I sit down, boom, there you are. Like I didn't even know it was you or nothing. So how am I supposed to know to share this? I didn't even know I could, by the way. And then when you got done and you said, "Well, fucking, then let's share it," right?
Yeah.
Now I clicked the Facebook button on my tabs to open it, and it shut me out of here. Now, what if I was a goofball and didn't know how to get back in?
We would have wrapped like that, and I wouldn't have been able to ask you some of these final questions.
It would have been foolish, tomfoolery.
Tell me, man. End of the day, and you've really shared this a lot, but it's a question that we ask on every show at the end of it. How do you know it's been a successful day for you?
Well, all throughout the day, I've been winning all day long. So I know what a win looks like.
Simple and plain like that?
Does it need to be more complicated?
No. The one thing you didn't say, the one
How do
thing
you
you didn't say,
know what a win looks like? You determine what a win is, and then you know what one looks like. And if you know what one looks like, you can see at the end of every day whether you won or not.
here's the key. You didn't use the word money.
What's
And
money?
that's keeping our batting average at 1,000 on this one because nobody uses the word money when I ask about what success is like.
Well, I believe, again, everyone has their own opinion of success. See, a lot of people are looking for a key to a lock. Well, it's not a key, it's a combination.
Right. Yeah.
It's a combination, and everybody has their own, right? My opinion of success may not be yours. I know a guy here, he thinks going out and getting laid every night by randoms is a win. Well, again, that's his business. I think it's dangerous. That would not be a win for me.
Right.
Like, dude, if I'm coaching people, if I'm coaching men, if I'm showing young men how to be a man, I'm going to teach them to not cheat on your girl. Like, I wish there would be no men willing to cheat on the women that they've committed to. That should be bottom line in every man's heart. You know, people that believe cheating is okay. You know,
how are you ever going to trust somebody like that?
I know, but I'm talking about cheating.
In business, like, even.
Somebody said to me one time, well, me and my wife, we like to, you know, sample other things. And, you know, if you have an open relationship or you're some sort of swinger that and likes other people pounding your chick or whatever, cool. That's between y'all. But I'm talking about ethics and integrity. You make a commitment to a young lady, you better freaking honor that commitment. Why? Because if you don't, dude, you're not cheating on her. You're cheating on yourself.
Right.
You're literally destroying your own self-worth and your own self-esteem by cheating. You just aren't aware of it because everybody knows cheating is not good. Cheating is not good. Stop cheating on your girl. Stop cheating on your wife. Well, what if we're just, you know, dating? Again, if the understanding is you're not going to see anybody else, if that's the understanding that you guys have, again, you got to answer the question. I don't know. Well, what does it mean? Well, again, you can date people and date other people, and it's not cheating. Why? Because we didn't exclusively commit to each other. Like, you know, I met her, we're dating. You know, I met her, I take her out, we're dating. I'm dating 4 or 5 women at a time. There's nothing wrong with that. I highly suggest it, by the way. But, you know, some of the best days of my life were up in Seattle where I had like 5, 6 different girlfriends. And we were just kind of hanging out when we hung out. There was no exclusive relationship and there was never no drama or fights because of it, because, hey, you know, we weren't boyfriend, girlfriend. So you can have sexual relations with other people, but as soon as you commit to somebody, stop cheating on them. Honor your word. Be a man, right? Stop cheating. Start understanding that it's a man's job to take care of the female. Now, again, that doesn't sound politically correct, especially in this climate. Guys, it's the man's job, okay? Open her damn door, right? Pay for the fucking meal and the house and the shit, right? Let her make the house beautiful. Let her make the house warm. Let her go work if she wants to, but she don't have to. Why? Why would she need to work if she has a man? Okay, ain't she got a man? Well, yeah, she has a man. Okay, well then what the fuck she need to work for? She don't have to work anymore. Why? Well, because she got a man. You got to work when you don't have a man. Okay, once you have a man, a real man. And by the way, that's my real education, how to be a real man.
Yeah,
I see
a nice little plug.
Hey, I see all these different wives sending me all their husbands, and all I'm telling them is quit being a piece of shit. Like, dude, hey, man, I've been married for 12 years. Me and my wife truly love each other, but we can't get along. Okay, stop being a dick. Number one, stop being a dick. Okay, stop being freaking disrespectful. Start fucking honoring your word. Let her see you do that. She'll start freaking seeing you differently. Because, dude, if the world around you, right, let's say you want it to change, well, you cannot keep doing the same things. So when people have relationship issues, I say stop being a dick. Start treating her like remember when you first met your girl, it was all warm and fuzzy. You'd go get her flowers because you're going to pick her up and shit. And then we get married and we start farting in front of each other. And then next thing you know, we're not that freaking close anymore. You know, our breasts stink in the morning, you know, so why would we have morning sex? Because your breast stinks. And, you know, you start getting used to each other. Ultimately, you take people for granted is what happens. And then the next thing you know, there's infidelity and cheating and drama and divorces and murders and freaking depression and all kinds of bad shit. So how do you solve that? Well, you teach men how to be a real man, and a real man makes a commitment and keeps it. So at the end of the day, if I say we're not going to, you know, go outside of this affair, how do you go outside of that affair if you're a real man? Well, you don't. There's no but. You don't. You don't cheat on your girl. You do take care of your girl. Okay. You do protect her. Okay. You do pay for her. Period. Not but. Well, what if she's rich and you're not? Well, then she's an idiot for picking a brokey, if you ask me. Why? Well, because again, dude, like if I had my choice, I'm not going to pick someone broke. I'm going to pick someone capable. I'm going to pick someone wealthy, you know. Well, what if you fall in love with the broke one? Well, why would you even allow yourself to fall in love with a broke one? Like if and people are like, this is controversial, dude. People will not like this. Well, I'm not saying anything other than the truth. The truth is, if you have a choice, you have someone over here you love and you can spend the rest of your life with, and they're fucking mega rich, and you have someone over here that you fucking could fall in love with, and they're mega broke. I'm a dick because I'm telling you the right choice is this one. The right choice is the rich one, the capable one, the one that believes in protecting you and ultimately providing for you without requiring shit from you. Like, dude, women are supposed to be taken care of. Take care of your princesses, young lads. Do not cheat on them. These are things that I learned the hard way, by the way. That's my book. You're like, damn, he plugged something again. Dude, I'm not plugging.
Dude, no, what's the book?
Well,
my book earlier. I want to put it up here.
I wrote a book called The Hard Way. Lessons I've learned the hard way so you don't have to. But
where can people get it, Brad?
Well, on Amazon.
Anywhere, yeah.
I think Amazon.
Is it on Audible?
No, because I keep procrastinating like an asshole to get it done.
Why? You're not blocking time. Why aren't you putting it in there?
Because I'm busier. I'm busier than a one-armed man in a paper hanging contest in a windstorm.
Yeah, but if I said to you that's an excuse, you got people. Why don't you get it done?
Well, like I said, dude, what are you trying to psychotherapy me now? I already
I'm just saying to you, bro. You got this book. You're doing some wicked stuff out there. Put it out there.
Because I'm procrastinating. That's why.
I get out of your own fucking way.
That's what I'm doing. But again, dude, don't we all fall short?
We do. And that's real life. And that comes back to the goals that you talked about before, whether you're going to hit them or you're not. I do believe that even if you get close, yeah, I'm with you. I'm a sports guy, and that's why I set goals. And I track every day that I go to the gym, every book that I read, everything that I do. That little thing like this, hell yeah. Why? Because I like to put pucks in the net. I like to put runs across the plate. I want to see the score go up. That's the way I'm built.
Speaking of pucks in the net, did you see my freaking Vegas Knights last night?
Saw that last night, man.
Did you see me sitting on the glass?
You know what? Were you there, man? Because I got to tell you something. For a Stanley Cup celebration, the biggest celebration was everybody there standing there saying nothing and just having their phones recording shit. Did anybody even cheer outside of the team?
Are you out of your mind?
That was the most lackluster celebration I'd seen, and I expect a lot. I'm pumped that Vegas won.
Let me ask the question.
I'm a Leafs fan, by the way.
Were you there?
No, I had front row seats in my living room.
Okay, well, trust me.
That's my team, right there.
Oh, that's why.
Oh yeah, I'm diehard.
Listen,
it's a problem. That's a big problem for me, but it is what it is.
Dude, you'll never believe who was sitting behind me.
I'd probably believe it. It's Vegas. Who?
Take a guess.
It's Vegas. Donald Trump.
No.
Okay.
Everyone.
Were you in the Were you in the end where they celebrated at the end?
Of course, dude. I'm on the glass. I got season tickets
right there where they were celebrating, because I got it recorded. I'm gonna go back and watch the PVR on that.
No, they were celebrating on the left-hand side of the rink. I'm on the right where they scored twice. So okay. I watched the ass whooping. Yeah. I didn't give much care about the celebration because, again, you can buy all the paraphernalia and whatnot. My wife was sitting there recording, on the other end of the ice, but I was just sitting there texting and getting congratulated and collecting my winnings. And again, now that it's over, next.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, dude, congratulations. It's a celebration. We're going to go to the parade and blah, blah. I'm like, for what? They're like, Stanley Cup. I'm like, that was motherfucking yesterday, dog. You living in the past, Chief? You living in the past? Because let me tell you
Dude,
something.
well,
The past ain't going to get you nothing but like, depression. Live in the future will get you anxiety. Live in the present, and now you got a gift.
it's funny you say that. So the other day we finished the mastermind. We're on a complete fucking high. Tuesday night it ended. Wednesday morning, wake up. We're about to leave to Jamaica on Friday. And Jen comes to me. She says, it's going to be raining all week next week. I thought to myself, fuck, that sucks. You start to stress about it for a little bit. Then you realize there's nothing you can do. You're still going on the vacation. So get the fuck over it.
Can I ask
And
you
we
a
did.
question?
Yeah.
Have you ever went out in the rain in a warm tropical place before?
Done it in a warm tropical place. Done it in cold places. Yeah.
Okay, a warm tropical rain, there's nothing wrong with it, number one. Number two, it's somewhat romantic, so it's a perfect opportunity to bring your girl out somewhere and catch her in the rain and start
Dancing in the rain.
kissing in the rain, doing whatever in the fucking rain. Have video crew sitting there watching it because it's brilliant fucking footage for social media. Like, you see the difference? There's so many opportunities that it's going to be raining. It's just people want to fucking look at the bad in it.
But this is what I'm saying to you, man, is that we started to look at that. And I'll tell you, as soon as we got over the fact that it was any stress because you can't control it, but an hour and a half later, our entire YouTube channel got deleted. User error. It was accidental. But now talk about years and years of videos and watch time and viewers and everything else. And you're going, fuck, what do you do? And I got to tell you, it was a very quick turnaround, a few hours, stressing, but then you turn around and you go, you know what? This is an opportunity. This is amazing. We got an opportunity to start a brand new channel, do a whole bunch of new stuff, do it bigger, do it better, do all the things we didn't do the first time around. And in a matter of hours, the mindset shifted very quickly to, we are super excited about this opportunity. And that made everything okay. Now, fast forward this, okay? Because this goes back to something you said off the top of the show about the vibration. And that's something we talk a lot about when we talk a lot of attraction, universal law, all that stuff. Got over the weather, didn't give a shit anymore. Got over the YouTube channel, look at it as an opportunity. Got to Jamaica, and it was fucking bright blue skies and heat with no rain for a good 5 days. And 3 days into that, YouTube tweets me and says, hey, we found your channel. Go do this, this, and that. And bang, channel came back. Mindset's everything.
Dude, 72% of statistics are made up on the spot.
Just like that one.
Just remember, dude, listen, at the end of the day, it's all about certainty and the transfer of enthusiasm.
Brad, I could keep rolling, but respect for your time here.
Dude, how many viewers, real quick, how many viewers you think you get during these lives?
If I get one, I'm happy.
Well, you got one. I'm wondering like how many you do get, because we could open it up for a little Q&A before I go, because I love when it's
All
live.
right. All
Then
right.
people can start asking questions that have been watching.
Well, for those of you on Facebook or in the in our VIP room, fire those off. I don't know. There's been a lot going on in the chat today.
And next time, brother, I will make sure my team knows how to log in and share it on a Facebook page.
I'll tell you what. I'll work with your team after that to make sure we still get this one shared out. How about that?
Well, I would say once it's available, but when you do it live, like why,
I know.
Then it's just an episode, right?
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that because there's a lot of folks that again, and I'm not, we get some phenomenal guests on the show. We're very fortunate and grateful for it. Not a lot of people are open and willing. They're like, yeah. And they're not genuine about it. I like it. You brought that up a number of times now, and I want to say thank you for that.
You're welcome. Okay, question here. He says, what about after number 4? Don't listen to anyone. Then what? What's 5 and 6? 5 is map out and visualize exactly what you want, because a lot of people, they don't even know what they want. They've not taken the time to think about what they actually want. And if you don't know what you want, how do you expect to get it? So you map out and visualize exactly what you want on a daily basis, and you try to feel what it's like to already have it. Map out, visualize. It's visualization, and that shit works, man. There's been studies on visualization. It's mind-blowing. You can get white papers on it. Visualization flat out works. So you visualize what it is that you're wanting every day. You feel like you already have it. You really want to pretend and trick yourself to believe that you're already that. If you could wake up and trick your mind so fucking well that you believe that you already have it, it would fucking materialize almost instantly. But you don't really believe it. So again, people are, yeah, but how? I don't have it. But your yeah button, your limitation, just quit worrying about it and just start doing it. Map out and visualize. What does that mean? That means figure out exactly what you want and then pretend, visualize that you already have it. And try and imagine what it feels like. Again, doesn't have to be complicated, folks. That's what you do. And then number 6 was seek new information. Get new information to come in, because the reason we're getting what we're getting currently is because we're doing what we're doing. So if we need to change what we're getting, we got to change what we're doing. And in order to change what we're doing, we have to change what we believe. And in order to change what we believe, we have to get new information. You're never going to get a different belief from the existing ones. You only get them when new information is introduced. So just like if you raised a child to not think fire was hot, that kid would eventually put their hand in fire at some point in their life because you raised him to believe that it's not hot. And they will instantly get new information when their hand gets burnt, and they will immediately stop believing you, even though you're their father. They would stop believing you, bro. Their own father. Like, dude, if you're not going to believe your father, who are you going to believe? Okay, exactly. They'll stop believing their own dad as soon as that new information gets delivered in such a way that they're like, fuck you. That shit burns, Dad. I don't know why you told me my whole life it doesn't. Okay, what happened? You got new information and your belief changed. Okay, so that's what number 6 is. You have to seek information so you can change your beliefs, because you have to change your beliefs to change your actions. And you have to change your actions to change your results. So if the end goal is I want to be richer than you are, that's a change. Okay, then you need to do different shit than you're doing.
Now, you talked
hold on, let me like, side note. Yep. People could say, what about if you're doing the right things? It just takes time. That's the only exception. That's the only exception. If you're doing the right things and you see progress and you see, traction, keep going. Okay. Do more of it. Like I'm building relationships, build more. I'm advertising $5,000 a month. Do more. What the fuck you waiting on? Like, are you just tiptoeing? No, like I know exactly what I want to do. Great. Let's go. So you seek new information on a daily basis. Your beliefs start to change, and then your results start to change. And you're like, wow, this is magic. Not to mention when all those things happen and you start getting money in the bank, you start wearing the watch you want to wear, you start driving the cars you want to drive, you start living in the neighborhood you want to live in, you start providing to the people you want to provide for. You don't have to say no anymore. How do you feel when your kids walk up and want something really, really kick ass for Christmas and you honestly can't afford it? Tell me that makes you feel good.
For real.
Okay. You want to be able to provide. Okay. And if you don't believe that, you're lying to yourself. Why? Because you don't think you're worth it. You're worried about everybody else's opinion. You're afraid to say, yes, I should be able to get my wife anything she fucking wants. Yes, I'd like to be able to get my children anything they want. Anything they want. Now, again, I get to decide what's good for them and what's not good for them. And maybe spoiling them is not good for them. But maybe spoiling them is good for them. And I know most certainly it's good for me. Why? Dude, when have you felt better than when you were giving something to somebody else? Name a time you felt better when you were, not giving somebody something. To me, that's the ultimate expression of love, is giving. You're muted again. He's muted again. Folks, hey, love the fact that you guys watch this whole thing. Pop in some questions while we're waiting to get him back. So that's 5 and 6, folks. That answers your question. What were 5 and 6? I got to put on freaking readers to read this small ass print. Dude, read what they're saying. The last 2 I didn't read.
Before we move on to that, I want to give everybody an action step right now, because as we ask about points 5 and 6, and he talks about believing and feeding new information, want to go back to the concept you mentioned about mapping before, because that's actually a concept we teach on. And I want to take that and tie the goals and the time blocking together. And those that are, again, working with me and part of our Mindshare Master community, you've heard me say this, but I'm going to repeat this for a moment here. You figure out what the goal is. You've got a destination. You stick it into the calendar. You've got to navigate. Stick to what you said you were going to do it, and you will start to see the results. You will be able to pat yourself on the back. You will begin to believe. And as Brad just said, the more you believe, the more you're going to achieve that success that you're looking for. It's very simple. We just got to know what it is that we want, and we've got to have some way that we're going to go ahead and actually get it done. So an action step for everybody there. If you're thinking about it, you're thinking to yourself, well, how do I take it? And how long do I believe for? Well, like I said to everybody, and I keep saying to you guys, the same thing for me. I'm a work in progress every single day of my life. The one thing I do is I am disciplined. And I'm going to continue to run faster and do more and accomplish more in a day than most people do in a week, only because I'm disciplined, not because I'm better. It comes back to that process of mapping. So it's interesting you brought that up before. Here, we're all human. We have bad days. What do you do when you're having a rough day?
Well, again, I mean, you shift your perspective, bro. There's no such thing as a rough day.
What is a rough moment, or nothing's rough?
No, dude, if it was a rough day, you wouldn't get up. Okay. There's no such thing as a rough day. When you wake up and realize you get the day, it's a great fucking day. Okay. How great will it get is the question. What do you do when it's a rough day? Shift your perspective. It probably wasn't a rough day if you were fucking alive, and you still are. Okay. It probably wasn't a rough day. You know, it's a perspective. You don't have to think it's rough just because you currently do. Oh, come on, Brad. You know, like, for example, what if you found out this and that? And, you know, guys, you can sit there and look at that as doom and gloom, or you can sit there and look at that as opportunity. That's a choice, simple choice. And you get to make it. Nobody gets to determine how you view things. You want to view fucking big problems as problems? That's a choice. Okay. Don't choose that way anymore. Okay. If you're having a rough day, stop looking at it like that. Start looking at it optimistically. Why? Because there truly is something good in all of it. You're just not looking for the good. You're focusing on the bad. You're focusing on the problems. You're not focused on the solutions. Your perspective is of cynicism. You are cynical. You are pessimistic. You need to be optimistic, hopeful, right? Positive. See what I'm saying? Like, that's the woo-woo. That's the woo-woo that I believe in, by the way. I don't believe in magic. I believe in, woo-woo. And most people think that is woo-woo. Oh, yeah, that's the mindset shit. Guys, the mindset, the skill set, and the habits are the three key areas you just need to focus on. Go fucking get a good mindset. How? Get new information. Get new information, guys. Don't make it more complicated. How do I get a new mindset? Someone said, how do I forgive myself and believe it? Get new information. Why? Well, because, dude, the new information will lead you to new beliefs. The new beliefs will cause you to then believe it. You have to get new beliefs first. You're not going to believe it right now, which is why you fucking currently don't believe it. You've never gotten the information. And by the way, for many of you, I am the information you've been waiting on. I'm the one that's fucking turning on the light bulbs in your motherfucking foreheads. And you're going, holy shit, it ain't that difficult. No shit. That's what I've been saying a long time, dude. Life ain't difficult. Life is easy. We make it difficult. Don't make it difficult. It's just a decision. So what if we're having a rough day? Stop looking at it as a rough day. Oh, easy for you to say. That's limited scarcity bullshit, fucking pessimistic mindset. Like, what the fuck do you mean by that? Like, no, I look at opportunities differently than most people. Most people look at challenges, and I had a rough day, and I looked at it as like, fucking dude, today I got a kick-ass workout in. Why? Because I'm being carved into a fucking beast. And today, they put me through the fucking works, man. It was awesome. So it wasn't rough. Now, someone will bring up something like, well, what if you found out you had cancer? What if you found out your mom died? Brad, some things can be rough. Listen, I'm not saying that fucking I'm perfect in every way. I'm telling you how to do it. I'm not trying to say I'm the perfect person. I'm trying to tell you that if you shift your perspective, the world you see will change. So when you say, how do you deal with rough days? I don't choose to see rough days. Now, someone else can think that's not realistic. It's not realistic for you. Don't put your limitations on me. It is quite realistic for me. In fact, it's not realistic. It's real. I really believe what I'm telling you. Why? Doesn't matter fucking why. Those are my beliefs, which is why the woo-woo does work for me. If you want that woo-woo to work for you, don't you think you need to change your beliefs? Well, how do you change beliefs? You get new information. So how do you change having a rough day? You get a new perspective. You know, how do you get a new perspective? You get new beliefs. How do you get new beliefs? You get new information. So hopefully this is information that's like making people wake up. Maybe you'll hear, people will hear this later as it's hosted or posted or whatever. And they'll be like, man, I need to subscribe to Mindshare podcast more often because he's bringing in some freaking fire.
Fuck yeah. That's how we roll, bro. And I'm going to say to everybody right now, as he talks about in new information, this comes back to the destination. Set the goal, how many books or podcasts or videos you want to watch, how many people you want to learn from, figure out how much time you're going to spend each day. I'm telling you, 30 minutes max. Stick it in the calendar, stick to the schedule. There will come your new information, and your belief system will change very quickly.
I would agree.
It's got to be a discipline. Brad, man, we talked today about dropping bombs, the real truth to becoming wealthy. Give us some final words, anything that you want to sign off with, or have we said enough and we should let these folks get back to beginning their next stage of their life?
Well, I would say to everybody, you can do more than you think you can. Don't waste time thinking small, because if you end up making it, which again, according to statistics, you won't. Why? I don't know. You're not listening. But statistics say you probably won't make it. But if you do, you're going to look back just like me and everybody else who's made it, and you're going to realize you should have been thinking bigger the entire time. Think bigger. That's what I'm leaving you with.
Mr. Brad Lee, everybody. Brad, thank you.
Pleasure.
You, an absolute gem today. Grateful with your time. It's been absolutely amazing, powerful, and I know a lot of people took a lot of amazing stuff here. So a big thank you for joining me on the Mindshare podcast today, brother.
You're welcome, bud.
All right, don't go anywhere for me. I'll be right back with you. You're either watching us live, you're listening to this recording, you're on one of your favorite podcast platforms at this moment. Anywhere you went, maybe you went to my website, mindshare101.com. While you're there, download the free Ultimate Marketing Bundle, 31-page ebook, 90-day social media content calendar to help you build more mindshare so you get more market share. A reminder as well that if you want to talk about personalized one-to-one coaching, an in-person keynote event, virtual training, go over to the website, set up a consultation call. My team will be in touch. We'll figure out how what your problems are and how we're going to help you solve them. Don't forget, please go over to ratethispodcast.com/Mindshare101. Give us a big 5 stars, a nice review. Tell us how much you love the show. Super, super grateful. And if you haven't subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Of course, connect with me on Facebook at Mindshare101, on Instagram at David Greenspan 101. I want to thank Kits Keep in Touch Systems, as well as REM Real Estate Magazine, for sponsoring the Mindshare podcast. Be sure to visit my website, mindshare101.com, to learn about what these powerful companies will do to help you grow your business. This has been another episode of the Mindshare podcast. Thank you for tuning in.